Now, we're learning that there's been some fresh arrests made by the Accra Regional Police Command in connection with some 7 individuals who've been caught in a car snatching syndicate. Apparently, 2 out of these 7 are actually police officers. We can get more from Ernest Kojomeni, who is my colleague here at Joy News. He is at the Accra Regional Police Command, joining us online with more on this story. Ernest, give us the details. What do we know about these 7?
Francis, we know very little about these 7 individuals because the news conference is just about starting. However, we do know that 2 out of these 7 who were lined up earlier for the media to take coverage of our police officers. Now, the car snatching exercise or operation, we understand was takes place in the central region, Cape Coast to be precise. And so we are yet to get details of exactly how they go about the operations and exactly how they were apprehended. But right here at the regional command, there are 5 of the cars that have been lined up. There are 2 white Opel cars and then 3 taxis. That is what we have here, Francis.
Okay. Now, do we know where these arrests were made?
We are yet to find out all of that detail, where the arrest was made, how the cars were retrieved, and indeed how they go about the operations and all of that. The police are yet to relay all that information right about now. The press briefing is just starting, Francis.
Okay, all right. Thank you, Ernest Kojomeni. We'll come back to you to get more details on this latest wave of arrests being made by the Accra Regional Police Command. We know 7 have been picked up. 2 out of these 7 are police officers engaged in car snatching. This is becoming a worrying trend. Remember that sometime last week there was another case in the eastern region, specifically in Donkorkrom, where a bullion van was attacked, and those who attacked this van included some police officers. That matter is under investigation. We know of that, but this is a new one we're learning of from the Accra Regional Police Command. We'll go back to the headquarters later on in this bulletin and bring you more on that developing story. But speaking of Donkorkrom, the Inspector General of Police has actually made it today to Donkorkrom in the eastern region. It has been days of a lot of confusion in that part of the country as residents had to clash with the police in the town after a demonstration turned bloody. 16 people were shot. Others were in critical condition at the time. The police say they had to open fire because their lives were under attack in Donkorkrom. It resulted in the police station there being burnt down by some of the demonstrators who got angry with the response they were getting from the police. In fact, today the IGP has been to Donkorkrom to assess things for himself, and these are pictures we're bringing you today as the IGP made it to Donkorkrom in the eastern region. He's gone there to see things for himself. We can speak to our eastern regional correspondent Kofi Siam. He has been following the IGP today. Good afternoon to you, Kofi. We know the IGP has seen the extent of damage himself. What has he been saying in response to this, to what he's seen?
Well, first of all, the IGP tasked his men to act professionally whenever there is an issue between them and the public. He condemned what happened last Thursday. According to him, it was uncalled for. It wasn't necessary for the residents to have gone to the police station to attack the police station and the personnel there. So he condemned what happened there and asked them to act professionally.
How about the other matter, Kofi, of the 16 who were shot by the policemen?
Well, he didn't say anything about what really happened to them. He said he will be visiting them at the hospital, and it's most likely he will pass comment on that issue when he visits the victims at the hospital. So for now, he's not been able to say anything about it. Again, when he had a press conference in Accra talking about the fact that he was going to transfer some of the policemen or close down the police station in Donkorkrom, when he came here, he didn't say anything about it. And the people were expecting to hear something from the IGP to that effect, but he didn't say anything about it. So they got a bit disappointed, on that issue. So, Francis, let me say that the IGP visit here in Afram Plains has brought about some calm and some kind of quiet in the area. So they are really enthused and appreciate what really happened there.
Okay, now I'm wondering, for these same individuals who demonstrated last week as regards the high spate of crime in that part of the country. What did they have to say to the IGP, never mind the violence from last week?
Francis, come again.
I'm asking what the residents had to tell the IGP in response to what they saw last week, the demonstration and the kind of violence they've seen.
Francis, their call is only one, and it remains one. That is what the chief, the Muslim leaders, and everyone that the IGP met said. According to them, they want all the police officers in this Kwahu Afram Plains area transferred from Donkorkrom, Tiase, and what have you to other places, because they say that they've remained here for a very long time, and they believe that they have something to do with the robberies and other crime incidents that have been going on in this area. So they are
All right, thank you, Kofi Sian, for that update from Donkorkrom. The IGP has been busy today, seeing things for himself at first hand. He had some few words to share with his men after he went to inspect the extent of damage.
As policemen, they probably have, relinquished a lot of their power to us to do. They could have as well gone to buy guns and protect their own, keep work to ensure that they are safe. But they trust us that we can do it. That's why they have given us that authority to do it on their behalf. So there's no reason that we can fail. When we fail them, of course, they have reason to be uncomfortable. But all the same, there are procedures, the civil society for them to go about it. I personally don't see why they should attack the corpse and casualty. No matter the provocation and the reasons that they had.
That's the IGP addressing his men today after inspecting work and the extent of damage in Donkorkrom. What's still ahead here on the show, tell you what, there's fake tomato paste and fake powdered pepper on the market. These are just samples of it. We'll bring you details of the story after the break. Stay with us.